Welcome to another video for you. Firstly, two updates for you, then headlines and new stories. In the previous video, I reported about an attack on an army camp on Djibouti side of Djibouti-Ethiopia border. Djibouti's government has now released an official statement. Secondly, I spoke about drone strikes and airstrikes on 4 cities of Tigray. Tigray-backed news sources have shared some details. Djibouti government says that the attack was carried out by FRUD, Front for Restoration of Unity and Democracy, which is basically a Djibouti-based group operating for years in Djibouti. It has a political party as well, political wing and armed wing too, though mainly it's an Afar militia. Djibouti has been accusing of this group of having backing from Ethiopian Afars too, but no mention of Ethiopia in the statement of Djibouti's government. 7 Djibouti soldiers have been killed, 4 were injured, 6 are missing in this attack. Attack has been confirmed. It happened in govt area of Djibouti. Secondly, Tigray-backed news sources have shared details of drone strikes on 3 cities of Tigray today on Friday, though Wakro was targeted as well. I think it was on Thursday. The cities, the towns are Agbe, Dangeloth, Zana and Wakro as well. Tigray-backed sources, official sources, claim that civilians have been killed. Dozens of civilians have been killed. Now, headlines, then news stories. Firstly, viewers, the Tigray forces are making preparations to launch another attack on Wolkait. Building up of Tigray fighters is being seen on one front. Details for you. Secondly, Ethiopian government today suffered a diplomatic setback at UN Human Rights Council, where a resolution to extend the mandate of UN Commission on Ethiopia was put to vote, and the resolution was passed. Which countries supported Ethiopia? Which countries opposed Ethiopia? Details for you. And thirdly was Tigray administration, regional government of Tigray. These terms are being banned by Ethiopian government. Ethiopian government today sent a message to its friends, friendly countries, that these terms should not be used. Details for you. Does it mean that there isn't going to be any negotiation between Tigray regional government and Ethiopian federal government? Firstly, Wolkait, viewers, Western Tigray, we know that since November 2020, Tigray fighters have been trying to take back this zone. Wolkait, Sagad, Humera, Western Tigray. Multiple attacks have been launched from Shire side, from Takeze side and from Sudan side as well. But Tigray forces could not make any inroads into Wolkait. In the third round of fighting, which started more than a month ago, Tigray forces tried to enter Wolkait from 2 directions, from Mesabre side and from Sudan. There was heavy fighting, especially on Sudan side of Sudan-Ethiopia border, close to Humera, 20-30 kilometers away from Humera, but Tigray fighters could not enter Wolkait. Now, when on almost all fronts, Tigray forces are defending. On all fronts, Tigray forces are in defensive mode. They're not advancing on any front. If you have a look at all fronts, you'll see that Tigray Defense Force is in defensive mode. It has retreated from Wollo as well. But on one front, Tigray forces are making preparations for an offensive, and that front is Wolkait. From which direction Tigray forces are planning to enter Wolkait? Not from Mesabre side, though they could launch offensive from Mesabre, but their main concentration of troops is being seen in Ethiopian. Ethiopian, Valdiba Monastery, Wolkait. This is one of the routes which is being planned by Tigray forces. It's not a secret information, viewers. The other side knows it. So it's not that I'm revealing Tigray's military strategy. The other side also knows it. So this time, Tigray forces are building up on Ethiopian front. Ethiopian is very strategic, viewers. Why is that Tigray forces lost it, but then they regained it? Because it is strategically important. It is important for Tigray's offensive on Wolkait. That is why Tigray lost it, but Tigray retook Ethiopian, and Tigray tried to move from Ethiopian towards Chubra, but it stopped its offensive towards Chubra because its main target was Ethiopian, to start some sort of offensive from Ethiopian towards Wolkait. So that is what is being planned now. This offensive once again could be multi-pronged offensive. So from Sudan side of the border, so on Ethiopia border, and from Sabre side, from Takaze, we could see two parallel offensives towards Wolkait. So far, main deployment mobilization of Tigray fighters is being seen on Ethiopian front. From Ethiopian, they'll try to move towards Valdiba and then Wolkait. We received this information several hours ago, so don't know what is happening right now on this front. The offensive could be underway or it could be delayed a little, but Tigray forces want to attack Wolkait reportedly. Secondly, viewers, Ethiopian government today suffered a diplomatic defeat at UN Human Rights Council, where a motion was put to vote regarding extension of mandate of UN Inquiry Commission on Ethiopia, which was formed last year. Ethiopia opposed the formation of the commission, which was tasked with investigation of human rights abuses, violations of international humanitarian law, refugee law, committed during Tigray conflict since November 2020. Ethiopia opposed funding for the commission as well, but commission was formed because majority of members of UN Human Rights Council voted in support of the formation of the commission. Commission visited Ethiopia, but it was not allowed to visit Tigray. Commission, its mandate has expired. It has submitted its report to UN General Assembly, and it accused Ethiopian government of using hunger as a weapon of war, and that Ethiopian government was deliberately restricting access to Tigray, and it was denying food, education, basic necessities to the people of Tigray. EU, other countries, Tigray regional government were asking for extension of the mandate of the commission. So that is why a motion was tabled at a UN Human Rights Council meeting today by the Czech Republic to extend the mandate of the commission for 1 year. Motion was put to vote. 47-member body voted. The motion was passed. It got 21 votes in support of the mandate extension. 19 opposed it. The countries which supported Ethiopian government's position. 7 abstained. Which countries opposed this motion? All African countries opposed it. Somalia. All African countries which are part of UN Human Rights Council body. Sudan opposed it. Somalia opposed. Cameroon opposed. Gabon opposed. And others. No African country backed the resolution. All EU members, they backed the resolution. EU countries like Finland, the Netherlands, UK, then US as well, and others, they supported it. China opposed it too. Ukraine opposed Ethiopian federal government. It supported mandate extension. So, resolution has been passed, and mandate of the commission has been renewed for 1 year. Once again, the commission will visit Ethiopia in coming days. Will it be allowed to visit Tigray? That remains to be seen. We know that 2 days ago, a motion was tabled at the same body, Human Rights Council, about investigation, about discussion regarding human rights abuses being committed in China against Uyghur Muslims. That resolution was put to vote as well, but China managed to clinch diplomatic victory. Back then, 19 members of the same council supported China. 17 supported the move, which was backed by EU countries, US as well. Somalia back then stood with US, UK, supporting the investigation of human rights abuses in China. But this time, in today's session, Somalia supported Ethiopian government. It did not support US, UK. So overall, mandate has been extended for 1 year. The commission will now once again visit Ethiopia, and it's not likely that it will be allowed to visit Tigray. Lastly, viewers, Ethiopian government today took a very strong position about the use of terms regional government of Tigray, Tigray administration. Ethiopian government today sent a message to friendly countries. They should respect territorial integrity, sovereignty, and constitution of Ethiopia. Government says that Tigray regional government, Tigray administration are not the right terms. The countries should not use these terms. There is no elected government in Tigray. Election was rejected by Ethiopian parliament. There is only one elected party in this conflict, and that is Ethiopian federal government. So, the mediators, friendly countries, they should not equate Ethiopian federal government and TPLF, which is an armed group. Now, obviously, Ethiopian government has a right to have an opinion about these matters. Question is, Ethiopian general election was boycotted by almost all major opposition parties. Can you say that the election was conducted in a free and fair manner? OFC boycotted, OLF boycotted, ONLF boycotted, Baldiras boycotted, TPLF was declared a terrorist organization. So who was there to challenge Prosperity Party? No one. Those who ran against Prosperity Party like Maranaga's party and Nama, they are now part of the government. It means they were part of PP even back then. They knew that they'll be part of the next government. So no opposition was there. You can raise questions about Ethiopian general election as well, which led to PM Abiy's election as the new Prime Minister. At least election was held in Tigray. We cannot say that there was no election held. But Ethiopian parliament rejected the election results, the election. So, but Ethiopian government took this position today. It means that government is taking very strong positions now. Government is not showing any flexibility, pointing towards any talks between the federal government and Tigray regional government. I personally think that this statement is a blow to mediation efforts. It means government believes, federal government, it is in a strong position to defeat Tigray militarily. That is why government is taking this position, and government wants to put pressure upon international community. The international community should not stand with TPLF. So overall, I tried to remain optimistic. I tried my best to keep my viewers optimistic for peace. The developments within the last 24 hours indicate that mediation effort, peace process is not on the right track. War is intensifying. What we saw in Tigray on Thursday and Friday, that several places were hit in drone strikes and in air strikes. Thank you for watching.